Hello, and welcome back to From a Head Teacher's Perspective with me, Paul Urry. On Wednesday, the 7th of January next year, we begin a new, exciting leadership journey together, stepping into leadership. It is steady, thoughtful, and rooted in the real work of schools. Each week, you will receive a full course unit from one of the 8 modules, a companion podcast episode, and also a workbook that guides you through the learning in each unit and how you can apply it to your own school setting. This is leadership development designed for busy teachers. It's paced, practical, and rooted in authenticity. The heart of the program are these 8 modules. Within each 8 modules, there are 5 units. Module 1 is understanding leadership in schools. What leadership really means in education. It helps you step back from the day-to-day classroom and see leadership with fresh eyes. You begin by exploring the differences between managing tasks and truly leading people. You consider how leadership is expressed at every level of a school, not just by those with titles, and start to shape your own emerging leadership identity. You'll look closely at your school vision, values, and culture. Understand how these shape behaviour, decisions, and expectations. And by the end, you will see how your role fits into the bigger system of a school and how leadership is already present in the way you think, work, and influence others. Module 2 focuses on building credibility and professional presence. How to lead with authenticity and trust. Leadership rests on trusts, and this module explores how to build that trust from the ground up. You will reflect on what it means to move from colleague to leader and how to carry yourself with clarity, steadiness, and emotional intelligence. Through practical tools and reflective questions, you learn to communicate with confidence, to establish reliability in the eyes of others, and to model professionalism in ways that quietly but powerfully elevate your presence. This is where credibility takes shape, not as a performance, but as a way of being. Module 3 is on leading a team or project, turning ideas into action through collaboration. This module invites you to step into the mechanics of leadership, planning, organising, collaborating, and delivering. You will learn how to structure a small project, set success criteria that are achievable and meaningful, and create the conditions for people to work well together. From delegating tasks to running effective meetings, the unit guides you through the practicalities of turning ideas into action. The module concludes with evaluating impact, helping you recognize what has changed, why it has changed, and what your leadership contributed. Module 4 is on influences beyond the classroom, expanding your impact on teaching and learning. Here, you explore what it means to shape others' practice without authority. You'll learn coaching approaches that build trust and empowerment, and you will understand how curriculum, pedagogy, and assessment interlock to shape learning. You'll examine how data can be used intelligently, not as a blunt tool, but as a thoughtful driver of improvement. This module also opens up the world of leading professional learning, sharing best practice, facilitating CPD, and modelling curiosity as a leader who learns as readily as they lead. Module 5, Communication and Relationships, the heart of successful leadership. This module strengthens the relational core of your leadership. You learn how to listen deeply and ask purposeful questions, skills that unlock understanding and connection. You'll work through how to approach challenging conversations calmly and confidently, how to nurture positive professional relationships, and how to articulate purpose and direction in a way that others want to follow. By the end, you'll understand how to remain steady under pressure, even when the stakes are high or the conversations are difficult. Module 6 is on managing yourself and your workload, thriving, not surviving in leadership. Leadership begins with the self. In this module, you learn how to manage time, energy, and priorities in ways that keep you focused on what matters most. You explore boundaries, well-being, and the habits that sustain long-term effectiveness. You'll confront imposter syndrome with honesty and practical strategies, and you'll build a reflective toolkit that anchors your growth. The module culminates with setting your own leadership goals, personal, meaningful, and aligned with who you are becoming. Module 7 is on understanding the whole school landscape, seeing how leadership fits into the wider system. This module lifts you into system-level thinking. You explore how school improvement planning really works, its rhythms, its drivers, and how leaders use it to shape culture and outcomes. You will gain clarity on the distinct roles of senior leaders and governors and understand how safeguarding, equality, and inclusion underpin every part of school life. You'll learn to use evaluation and data intelligently and demystify the language of accountability and inspection, positioning yourself to lead with confidence within the broader educational landscape. Module 8, the Emerging Leaders Toolkit, consolidation and practical application. This final module helps you pull everything together. You'll create a personal leadership development plan rooted in your strengths and ambitions. You'll design and present a micro improvement project, real evidence of leadership in action. You will learn how to gather feedback, build a meaningful portfolio, and articulate your impact with confidence. This module supports you as you move from the course into the next stage of your leadership journey, sustaining your growth long after the final unit is complete. So why does this course matter? Across 8 units and 40 carefully designed lessons, this course gives you a clearer sense of yourself as a leader. It gives you tools for communication, influence, and collaboration, confidence in navigating conversations, decisions, and challenges. It will give you insight into how schools function at every level and a working portfolio for future leadership applications. But more importantly, it gives you the belief, skills, and mindset to step forward with purpose. I look forward to being on this journey with you, starting in January. Subscribe, and every Wednesday you will get the most valuable CPD. Until next time, thank you and goodbye.